Alexis Dragovich, and this is Mud Run Farm. We are outside of Brewster in the southwest corner of Stark County. This is my dad, Alex, and we have been on this farm for 40 years. We're a small, diverse farm of 30 acres. We have vegetables, certified organic grains, maple syrup. We do some things with draft horses. We live in this community. We are a part of this community. Yeah, we're just a dad and a daughter, like, growing good food for our neighbors. My parents moved onto this farm to just have a nice place to raise their kids. We were involved in 4-H, and we had ponies, and now we have a business. When you talk about small businesses and you talk about local food, it's me and my dad. That's what we do. So we're the smallest business that you can get. We're special because it's certified organic, which a lot of people are not. This is our mill. This is a certified organic mill. This machine here is what we use to make cornmeal and corn grits on. It was actually originally used for a tractor, but we've implemented it so that we can keep the door shut and keep it sanitary in here. So there's 2 stones in here. They sit vertical and they kind of grind like this. So we pour the corn in top, it shakes it out, grinds it up with the mill, and then this here shakes out, and we decide whether we want grits or cornmeal with it. This machine is a little bit over 100 years old, and we're still using it. So this machine over here is what we use to make our flour. So we make lots of different kinds of flour. We make wheat flour and rye flour, corn flour, spelt flour, which is a type of wheat. It was made in Austria. We had it shipped over here. It's a newer machine, but it is international. So this machine works a lot like that one does, where it has the stone mills. These ones are just horizontal instead of vertical. So we put the wheat in here, and it shakes down and it grinds it up, and we can either decide that we want whole grain flour, which would come out here, or if we want it to be a little bit lighter, a little bit sifted out, we would have it come out through here. And this has panels that sift it out, and we can decide which one we want to use. This is spelt. We mill this into flour. We do a couple different kinds of flours. We do a whole grain flour and an all-purpose flour, which is just a nice sifted lighter flour. So after it's milled, this is flour. This is the rye flour. This is spelt flour, and this here is spelt cereal. It's been puffed. The whole grains have been puffed. This is rolled oats, so it's like oatmeal. This is also cereal. It's a puffed corn. It's very similar to the spelt, but it's with corn. And this is the corn grits. This is the product that we did on the bread machine. So I think my favorite part would be the spelt flour. It's really high in protein. It's good for you. It's great in cookies. It's great in cakes, and not a lot of people know about it, so it's fun. So we have chickens here on Mud Run Farm. We have about 400 chickens. We use them to, we sell certified organic eggs, so there's rules to being certified organic, and so we have to follow those rules. But yeah, we sell eggs to farmers markets and some grocery stores. Chickens eat a lot. They like to scratch. They look for bugs. They like to eat little snippets of grass. That's basically their whole day, laying eggs and looking for bugs. The inside here in the barn is where they spend the night. We lock them up in the barn so that they don't get eaten by hawks or raccoons, foxes. Lots of things like to eat chickens, not just us. But they also will go inside then to lay their eggs. So it's a centralized location, so we're able to easily get their eggs in the morning, and they're not just laying eggs out in the yard. Yeah, they'll probably run away because you see how that one like kind of lays down, which is good. I don't want them to be tame. I want them, when something that they're unsure of runs up on them, I want them to scatter, because that's how they stay alive. If a raccoon should come in here, I don't want them to be the raccoon's friend. I want them to scatter. So it's good that they're not tame. Okay, so here we are up in the field. Behind me is where we are growing rye this year. So we planted it in the fall and we'll harvest it this summer. So it stays dormant over the winter and it'll grow about 3 feet high this summer. And then we also grow some other vegetables up here. Over here is where we grow dry beans. So like kidney beans and black beans, those kind of beans. We'll also grow squash, some garlic, and potatoes up here. We grow lots of our other wheats and oats up here as well. This is a horse-drawn tine weeder. So the horses are hooked up here and the tines kind of just scrape up the small weeds. So you got to do it really early in the season to comb up those weeds. So there's always a lot of weeds in farming. There's a lot of weeds in organic farming because we don't use pesticides or herbicides to kill anything. So you got to find new and inventive ways to weed, and that's what the tine weeder does. We use the horses in about 75% of our farming. So we use them to plow, to harvest. Some things we just don't have the machinery to use them, so we use the tractors. Horses are animals, they're a living thing, so they get tired, they get hungry. They can't farm 24 hours a day. They can only farm a certain amount of time because they're living creatures. So sometimes we have to keep working and they can't, so we use the tractor. So if you're interested in learning more about farming, you can join 4-H or FFA. You can also go to your local farmers market and talk to your farmers. The world needs lots of farmers. No farmers, no food. So thanks for taking a tour of our farm today.